What's going on to you, crabs? So you have the Eight of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, and then you have the Seven of Swords. So these three cards right here, right? The Eight of Pentacles represents you, crabs, walking away uh, and becoming how to become better, right? Self-improvement, understanding that, some things you're going to have to do things alone, even if you would like a support system, family, like Dominic Toretto says, right? Vin Diesel being a crab himself, right? Ironically, right? Go figure. But anyway, you realize that you're going to have to chase your own self-improvement. And it's okay if you don't necessarily have a group of people to essentially surround you with. And then you have the Four of Wands and the Seven of Swords. So the Four of Wands and the Seven of Swords right here represents how, because a person is going to have to come to you correctly because of the fact that, listen, if a person has value, then they're not going to approach you with the dysfunction. They're going to actually approach you like they have common sense. They're going to approach you right? Because you understand that birds of a feather flock together. And you crabs are understanding that, you can't carry yourself with disrespect and then demand respect from people. There are going to be people who are going to test that. They're going to be like, well, you ripping and running around out here being very disrespectful of your own self. So how is it that I'm going to respect you? And then the thing is that the Wheel of Fortune and the King of Cups right now represents, because you crabs are learning birds of a feather flock together. And you're learning that you can't allow your emotions to get so out of hand to the point where it causes you to make very stupid decisions, right? You make very stupid, like I said, make very stupid moves. Now, once again, I don't want people to misinterpret, because sometimes people can deliberately misinterpret. They like these narratives. I'm not saying that you crabs are stupid. What I'm saying is that your emotions can get you into problems sometimes, because the mentality that you crabs can have sometimes is like the ocean waters washing up on sand, right? A beachfront, which is what? Somebody will build a sand castle, the water will come and knock down the sand castle, and then the person will have to essentially start it all over again, right? What am I saying? I'm saying that it's hard getting close to you crabs, right? People will sometimes, right, they will want to have your best interest in mind, but it's so difficult to get close to you, right, when you're emotional. And how that trickles down, how that affects you is because in your emotional state, you crabs may not necessarily think of other people as being trustworthy. And so because you don't think of them as being trustworthy, you shun them. Come on now, in order for y'all to get stronger, we got to go through this. You shun them. So now they feel like, I'm not going to try to force the crabs to do anything that they don't want to do. So they leave, right? So a lot of you crabs are understanding that, okay, some situations when it comes to dealing with yourself and others, and just situations just in general, no matter where, it's not necessarily going to be exactly what you want it to be. But a lot of you crabs are learning how to be a lot more clear-minded when it comes to making decisions. And not only that, but also following through. And what I mean when I say following through, I'm talking about being secure in your solutions, being secure in your problem solving skills, as opposed to allowing your emotions and doubt, fear, uncertainty, and doubt to creep into your head, right? And to now affecting your imagination. Now you start thinking, but what about if this doesn't work out? And then the next thing you know, you start being unsure about the people that you are associating yourself with. That's not what this is about. This is about you crabs learning how to rise above that fear, uncertainty, and doubt that you have, to where when you start now you're starting to make better decisions for yourself. Because like I said, first card out, you're already chasing self excellence, right? You're already training up on how to become better, right? For yourself, and how to be more discerning so that you don't waste more of your time or any of your time, or as minimal time as possible, right? Being a minimalist with your time. Minimalistic, or I should say, as much time as you possibly can spare on someone that would waste said time. The Eight of Swords and the Knight of Cups represents because you're a lot more spiritually in tune. See, and I've talked about this before. You know, you crabs are a heavy card too, because you crabs represents internal nourishment. You don't just represent external nourishment, right? Or nourishment of family members, right? A mother to the little one, right? The newborn and stuff like that, right? Or, but I'm talking and on that level, right? Right? When feeding, right? But what I'm talking about is more that too, but I'm talking about also a level of like inner nourishment. See, how I've learned to actually heal my own interpersonal problems is actually from observing and studying you crabs. I never said this. I don't think I've ever said this on camera before. I don't think, maybe I have, but I'm just not necessarily remembering. But you crabs are my inspiration, because I understand what the crabs represent, right, in the zodiac. Y'all just don't represent outer nourishment, you represent inner nourishment, because it represents the ability to go into oneself. I think I have said this before, but it represents the ability to go in oneself spiritually and understand what's going on enough to be able to understand myself emotionally. What am I good? What's wrong with me? If there's nothing wrong, how do I feel? Do I feel nothing? Right? What are my thoughts? How to be more watchful. See, you crabs represents how to be more watchful, how to be more observant, right? And this is where you and Virgo mesh well together. So you're a lot more spiritually in tuned, and a lot of you crabs are making better decisions. You are going to make better decisions when it comes to choosing potential significant others. It's not just about you crabs going out and only looking for someone that looks good or looks fine or whatever. It's much more than that. You crabs are looking for someone that has substance, right? In the long run. Yes, looks will play into it, but you're also going to look to see what they've got going on in the long run. The Six of Wands and the King of Swords right here represents because you're a lot more smart than compared to how you used to be. In other words, you're a lot more strategic. You're not as ready for mischief and trouble. You know, you crabs, to a certain extent, you know, y'all love y'all mischief, y'all love y'all drama to a certain extent. And the drama and the mischief sometimes can end up squandering a good thing because of the fact that you love the drama and the mischief. But that's not what's going on with you crabs now. A lot of you are learning how to make Capricorn decisions, right? A lot more cool, calm, collected. So let's clarify the Six of Wands. Six of Cups. You see what I'm talking about? The Seven of Cups. Y'all already know. Nine of Cups. The Sun. Three of Pentacles. Like I said, the Six of Cups and the Seven of Cups, obviously, y'all already know. For the new people who've been here, for the new people who are coming in, for the people who've been here before, the Six of Cups is about a person that you used to have some form of romantic interest in coming back. Right? It doesn't necessarily always mean that, but for other readers, but for me, I found that it's someone that has to deal with like romance. I don't know how that works in tarot cards, but because of the fact that you crabs are doing so well, the person is going to come back and try to find what type of time you on, because the situation with you is that you crabs are just too good to pass up. Y'all are developing yourselves too well, and this is why it is that you got the nine of cups, excuse me, and the sun card. Things are going quite well for you. You're steering yourself in the correct direction, and like I said before, your life is a lot more peaceful compared to how it used to be, especially with this cartoon, not the Mona Lisa, the cartoon character in the back, right? Your life is a lot more peaceful. And then you have the Three of Pentacles, which is about, and there's a lot more confidence that you have too, right? A lot of that fear, uncertainty, and doubt is being, a lot of that stuff is being a lot more, like thrown away, right? That fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Getting notifications. Anyway, the Three of Pentacles right here represents how, and you're just staying in your element. You're paying attention to yourself. You know, you're being mindful to you, right? When people say take care of yourself, they usually also, that in essence, they mean pay attention to yourself and pay attention to what you need and what you've got going on. Right? So, and I get it, you know, people can lose themselves when it comes to love, but it's also about having to pay attention to yourself, to what you've got going on. That's what crabs represent. That's self-love. And that reveals itself to the outer world in Leo. You wear it on you in Leo, right? And then, you dig what I'm saying? Because that self-love doesn't really begin until glimpses of Taurus, right? Aries, self-love selfishly, but doesn't really quite understand what's going on. So it's much more automated, like a robot without consciousness, right? So just stupid self-care, right? Taking care of yourself, but it's not really a conscious thing. Taurus, nutrition, right? Gemini, fundamental, right? Being able to bring nutrients to the mind, the imagination, right? Developing the brain, developing the mind. You crabs, learning how to pay attention to yourself, taking care of yourself, watching over your own back. Leo, other people can see that on you. You dig what I'm saying? So that's it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 100K subscribers. I got 14,200. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.